And now let's welcome to the stage for a presentation, Ms. Mei Li, Huawei Middle East Carrier Network Business Group Solution Marketing VP at Huawei. And after our speakers, we will have Mr. Jawad Abbasi back to moderate.
Good afternoon. My name is Mei Li. I'm VP for Solution Marketing, Huawei Middle East. So today I'm going to talk about 5G opportunity. Now, ever since it first arrived in the late 1970s, wireless network and the technology has evolved significantly. So with the succession of different generation of technology from 2G through 3G, 4G, 5G, and they have signified some milestones in development of mobile connectivity. The evolution of technology has changed how people use mobile services, in turn changes people's lifestyle and also changes the experience. For example, in the 2G and 3G, when we had the plain text message first introduced by one of the mobile operators in Europe as a free package, and we saw massive uptake using the mobile services, you end up having to expand the network quite quickly to accommodate the need. And in the 4G, when average speed can reach 4 or 5 megabits per second, for the users, we see massive uptake in the live streaming, in the upload of the video, and in the demand of video playing on the mobile phone and online gaming. When we step into 5G, now with the minimum speed of about 100 megabits per second, we expect a lot of users who will take the VR, XR type of immersive experience on the gaming, on the video, on the shopping trip. But we not just see the experience of user changes. One of the 5G's main contributes and opportunities is how it can change the industry and accelerate the industry digital transformation. Now, with the user cases already been commercially launched in many of the markets, things like the 5G-enabled cameras, and also the robotic patrolling, the drone, the AI-assisted quality checking, we can see it contributes significantly in the different industry user cases. So these are the opportunities, and we will see significantly transform some of the high-value industries. Now, many of the Middle East operators are among the early adopters of the technology, particularly in the Middle East when we're looking at the 5G. Currently, we look at 7 networks are commercially live in the region, and it's about over 11 million subscribers using 5G, and with over 1.3, sorry, the figures hasn't been updated at the moment, is over 1.6 million of home users and over 45,000 lease line-based business users. So such adaptation obviously brings quite a lot of the business benefit to the operators. For example, in the Kuwait, the Zain operators, within the first year launch of 5G services, their profit jumped by 13%. So all this success and is based on few factors, that's including some of the countries' spectrum policies, which is rich and well-balanced policies. And in addition to that, is the innovative services being launched among the different operators. And of course, the fair and open, well-balanced business environment also allows operators to select the technologies and technologies free without any restriction. Now, when we're looking at particularly on the innovative services, there are a few different services that actually live being introduced and contribute heavily towards the business success. One of them success, as I mentioned earlier on, is the home broadband. So using the fixed wireless access technology, this will encourage quite a lot of the household without the access to the fiber, taking up the 5G connectivity. It provides the kind of services similar to stable connectivity, similar to fiber, and to accommodate all the needs. The other thing is particularly to provide the lease line-based services to enable the remote education. So this is a very innovative service introduced in some of the countries, particularly during the pandemic where the students had to stay at home. The other things we see is the taking off of the 5G. This is the operator-led 5G private network that's enabled the user cases being deployed in the smart port and in the smart and oil and gas field. The last one, not the least, is looking at the 5G-enabled AI cameras that's to provide the public safety services, particularly in the big events like Expo 2020. So all these innovative services actually contribute towards the business benefit of an operator. But we don't just stop there. So 5G network has been live in this region 3 years, believe it or not. And we believe that the continuous evolution of 5G technology to 5.5G is necessary and will lead to a new intelligent world and produce more, to generate more opportunity. In the 5.5G, we're looking at a series of new wireless technology, such as a much more broader spectrum band, that's including 6 gigahertz, and also including millimeter wave spectrum band. The other things that we're also looking at is the technology can make the spectrum more efficient using different technology. And also the techniques such as the extreme large antenna array and the advanced massive MIMO will overcome some of the challenges posed by using the higher spectrum band. The other two things we're looking at is a very advanced development in the 5.5G. That will be the passive IoT. That will produce the much cheaper connectivity devices, something reduced from $8 to 8 cents, enables more smart devices to be connected. And the second thing of that is looking at the sensing type of wireless sensing technology will provide a millimeter level of accuracies and the centimeter level of image clarity. So all of this technology combined together, we were looking at enhanced the health monitoring, where the data will be transmitted in real time, more accurate, and the doctors can do the real-time diagnosis based on the data transmitted. And we are also looking at a more accurate quality check on the manufacturing production line. Combined with the smart meters, sensing technologies, and IoT, we're looking at the water management to become more accurate and be able to even see the potential leakage on the water. And also to combine with the different technology, we're looking at the logistic monitoring, more real time, and is more reliable. Of course, not the least is to looking at different technology, how can provide the security in the agriculture and being able to monitor, being able to manage the food production in the real time. So, not to the least, we also talk about the sustainability, as His Excellency earlier mentioned about the one of the 3 key things looking at the future deployment, the sustainability. So we believe the 5G and the 5.5G, the future 5.5G network deployment should be green from the beginning. And we looking at a more systematic approach from 3 different levels, from the site, from the network, from the operation. And all of this should be monitored and managed by the international standards, the network carbon indicator, which is promoted by the IDC. So in Huawei, we advocate with all the operators should be more bytes, less watts. It means when we produce every single byte of data, should use less energy. I'm proud to say recently we have completed a test with one of the operators in the region, using the AI in the network with some power saving solutions. We managed to save the power in the 5G network to up to 22.9%. So this is a significant amount of network saving and energy saving, and with the same performance, without any degradation on the performance and the coverage and the capacity usage. So when we're looking at the future, and the future, the industry ICT market is changing. So they will require different things from the industry-oriented solution and also the ICT capability. But the core part of that is still connectivity, where the 5G will play a significant part of that. We even see that the future, 5G will be the core technology to enable the smart industry. So it certainly will generate quite a lot of the smart services that will produce, that will be unleash the digital potential in the Jordan's high value industries. And with the enhances the digital experience, that will make Jordan become more attractive to the tourists, and becomes one of the top tourist attractions place. And the new skill set that's required, the different the ecosystem partner come to play, will achieve the smart Jordan objective. And the new ecosystem partners, of course, will attract a massive amount of the investment. And the green 5G and 5.G deployment, of course, will support the Jordan's sustainability practice. And the new immersive services will significantly improve the quality of life. And we as Huawei has been in this country for 17 years. And with our determination, technologies, and our commitment, I'm sure the 5G technologies will help Jordan to achieve its vision 2033. Thank you, everyone.